Right, guys, Liverpool and Tottenham, or Tottenham and Liverpool, have just drawn 2-2 in what was a great game that was ruined by one of the worst refereeing performances I think I've ever seen from Paul Tierney. Absolute shocker he had today. And it's not even because I'm a Liverpool fan, but I'm happy to say that it goes both ways. Tottenham had decisions that didn't go their way, that should have gone their way. Liverpool definitely had decisions that went Tottenham's way when they shouldn't have. But both, there was multiple of each. Just a joke of a refereeing performance. It started off with Liverpool probably dominating in terms of possession, but Tottenham definitely having the better chances. Harry Kane had an effort blocked by Konate, absolutely brilliant block. And but then a couple of minutes later, he got another chance when Liverpool's midfield, Liverpool were desperately missing their normal midfield trio today. All three of them out due to illness, two of them COVID, one of them just a cold. Having Tyler Morton in, I like Tyler Morton, but when you're that young and inexperienced, you need two players alongside you that are experienced and are like at the top of their game, sort of. And Milner's experienced and he's still a good player, but Keita, for me, he didn't have his worst ever performance today, but he's just not good enough. And I don't understand why some Liverpool fans seem to think he's the greatest midfielder to ever exist. He's not good enough to play for Liverpool. End of, really. He wasn't that bad today, I guess, but Liverpool were missing Henderson, Thiago, and Fabinho today, and Ndombele played a nice through ball to Kane, and Kane slotted it away. I think it's his second goal of the season. I think he now has the same amount of goals this season as Divock Origi, who's played about 30 times as many minutes less than Kane. I think Origi's on something like 40 minutes this season, and Kane's on well over 1,200. Where was I going? Yeah, Kane slotted it away. Liverpool didn't respond too badly to it. They got forward a few times, and the goal did come through. A lovely bit of play down the left-hand side from Andy Robertson. A nice cutback cross and a lovely header from Diogo Jota. He really had to use his neck muscles to get it back across the goal. And he made it 1-1. Alisson did have quite a good game until the second half. We'll get on to that. But Liverpool definitely should have had a penalty in the first half. Mane was just about to get a shot off with his left foot, and Emerson Royale comes from behind him and just goes through the back of him with his shoulder. Mane goes down, nothing given, not even a VAR check. So it was ridiculous. That should have been a penalty to Liverpool. And Harry Kane produced a quite awful tackle, to be honest, on Andy Robertson as well in the first half. Studs up, off the ground, dangerous, red card. Again, no VAR check. Again, ridiculous. And that was it for half time. The second half, Spurs had a couple of penalty shouts. The first one, I thought, probably was a foul, but it was just outside the box. On the replay, I thought. So therefore, VAR can't really do anything about it. Because they should be able to. They should be able to give a free kick to Spurs there, but they can't because that's the rules. And it's a stupid rule. Liverpool did equalise through Robertson, they got forward, and a few minutes, or I say a few minutes, about 30 seconds before Dele Alli went through on goal, and there was a bit of contact with Trent. For me, it wasn't enough to give a penalty to Spurs. It wasn't quite enough to be a foul. But then the ball goes up the pitch, Liverpool score, Trent Alexander-Arnold puts a lovely cross in. I keep saying the word lovely today, I don't know why. Robertson has a fairly easy header. He should have scored a header right at the start of the game, to be fair, and makes it 2-1. But in the build-up to the goal, Salah tried to score with his head, clearly handballs it. So Liverpool's second goal for me shouldn't have counted, definitely shouldn't have counted. And they VAR checked it as well. So, I mean, that's a mistake. Liverpool should not be 2-1 up. It should be 1-1. 2 minutes later, Heung-Min Son scores. Awful error by Alisson. Yeah, that's pretty much all I can say. He goes to clear it and completely misses it. Son has an open goal to put the ball in and makes it 2-2. Then we have probably the most controversial moments of the game. Robertson puts in a heavy tackle on Emerson Royal. Heavy being the word there. It wasn't dangerous. It was just like firm. It's an honest attempt to get the ball, unlike Harry Kane's. And it's not dangerous because there's no studs. It's one leg. He's just tried to side foot the ball. He's just missed the ball, and he's caught Emerson Royal and knocked him over. Yellow card. The referee gives a yellow card and then goes to VAR and changes his mind. You got it right the first time. I give up. It's ridiculous. Right, so let's try and work. I'm going to try and work out here. I know this isn't how football works. I'm going to try and work out what the score would have been had the referee got all of his decisions correct, I guess. Okay, so Liverpool's second goal shouldn't have stood. So 2-1 Spurs we're at currently. Robertson should have stayed on the pitch. Now we don't know what difference that would make. You'd imagine that would play in Liverpool's advantage. Kane should have been sent off, but he'd already scored by that point. So you'd imagine, again, that would make some sort of difference. And Liverpool should have had a penalty. So, on the balance of things, it's probably fairly even in terms of like Tottenham's complaints and Liverpool's complaints. Maybe Liverpool have a few more. But just awful refereeing. One of the worst referee performances I think I have ever seen. But other than that, it was an absolutely brilliant game to watch. It's just a massive shame that it's been spoiled by a muppet. The referees in this league, the standard is so low. Like, you don't see this in the Champions League. You don't see this in any other league, really. The officiating is this bad. VAR isn't the problem. It's the people working VAR. They're morons. I've had enough with it. It's a joke. Like, there were that many bad decisions today that it's impossible to work out what the score should have been had the decisions been given correct. I can't, like, he shouldn't be refereeing a game. There should, if a referee has a game that's so bad and makes so many wrong decisions, he should just get like a ban from refereeing for like a week or so. It's ridiculous. I'm genuinely, as a football fan, just fuming, like, the fact that I reckon most Sunday league referees would do a better performance than him today. It's getting beyond a joke with referees now in the Premier League. Every week, there's just some sort of horrific decision. But yeah, anyway, other than the refereeing decisions, absolutely brilliant game. Um, I think the fact that Liverpool's weaknesses in midfield definitely helped Tottenham a lot today, but nonetheless, still a great performance. Well, not great performance, but good attacking performance and not so great defensive performance from either team, I guess. But one thing I will give Tottenham there as well is they did really well today to keep Salah out of the game for the vast majority of it. They sort of doubled up on him with Ben Davis and Ryan Sessegnon. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.